Hey guys, and welcome back to Stage Door Stories. This week I'm answering all the questions that you, the fans, put to me at the end of my last video. So let's get into it. So basically what I've got here is a bowl full of all the juicy questions that you guys asked me at the end of my last video. I'm going to pull them out and yeah, we'll go through them. First question is, what movie do you think would make a great musical? I have two in mind. They're both Disney musicals. I think Hercules would make an exceptional musical, and I think that Mulan would also make an exceptional musical. They've both got incredibly good stories and incredibly good scores, and I think seeing them brought to live theatre or brought to life on stage would be absolutely incredible. Great question. Question number 2. If you were to write a jukebox musical of your life, whose music would you use? Probably either Billy Joel or Elton John. I know Billy Joel's already got a jukebox musical, but I think his music is just fantastic, and I very similarly love the music of Elton John, so much so that I have his box set on vinyl. And they're both really great storytellers in their music, so I think they'd be a great one to choose. First show you saw. The first show I saw was Annie the Musical. It was a community production down in Canberra, in like a school hall kind of theatre. I was only about 4 or 5, and at interval I started screaming my head off saying, "Mummy, Mummy, make them come back, make them come back." And she said, "No, we're just taking a break. It's okay. We're coming back for Act 2. They'll be back." And I was transfixed again for the entirety of Act 2, just, in awe of what these people were doing on this stage. And at the end of the show, I screamed again, saying, "Make them come back, because I didn't want the show to be over. I didn't want it to finish. So much so that the guy who was playing Daddy Warbucks backstage came and got me and took me backstage just to show me that everyone was all right, and that, the show was over, but, everyone's okay, and, they'll be back again tomorrow night to do it all again. How did you get so much height in your Book of Mormon jump picture? I'll try and see if I can find the picture for you. 8 shows a week makes you incredibly fit. I think the camera angle may have helped me a little bit on this one as well. I think a bit of, movie magic combined with 8 show week fitness. Your jumps get pretty good. How much can you see from the stage when performing? Surprisingly, a lot more than you'd think. It depends on how much light is on the stage or reflecting off of us on stage out into the audience. But we can see when people are on their phones. We can see when people are taking photos. We can see when people have fallen asleep or aren't paying attention. And we can also see when people get up and leave. But thankfully that doesn't happen very often at all. But yeah, we can see surprisingly a lot. Do you ever get nervous before a show? When I open a show, I do. Like opening night in a new city or opening a night of a new show, I get a bit nervous, because there's a bunch of important people in the crowd, or if I haven't been on for my cover role in a while, I do get a little bit nervous, more from just a remembering point of view. Do I remember how to do this, and making sure that everything's going to go smoothly. You do get a little bit nervous from time to time, but most of the time, regular 8 show week, we're pretty chilled about it. It's like going to work. You don't get nervous about going to work, so yeah. Dream role. Oh, it's right here. Bam. Phantom. Phantom is my Everest. That's a role that I hope to play one day, hopefully either on Broadway or the West End. That would just be my absolute dream come true. Fantastic role, fantastic show. I was absolutely spellbound when I saw it in London a couple of years back, and I've been in love with the music pretty much my entire life. Hands down, Phantom, dream role. What was it like touring internationally with Les Mis and a changing cast? Touring internationally was so much fun. It's hard being away from family for months at a time, hard being away from familiar things for months at a time in a strange country. But the cast becomes like your family. And you're getting paid to travel, essentially. You're working very hard, but you do get to see some pretty amazing things. Like in the Philippines, we went to these hidden hot springs with hidden waterfalls and all that kind of stuff. In Dubai, we did a desert safari, and I rode the fastest roller coaster in the world at Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi, and we got to go to the Formula One Championship season closer. So you do get to see some pretty amazing things. But working with a changing cast is both incredibly challenging and rewarding. There's lots of rehearsals to get new cast members in, or rehearsing people who are about to take over. That happens in every show. Put-ins happen all the time, and there's lots of rehearsals. But incredibly rewarding to see what the new actors bring to a role, bring something entirely new to it, and it becomes so much more different and amazing, but still right. It's still correct. So you get to see a few different extremes in terms of characters. So that's really rewarding. What was the first show you performed in? My very first show was a pantomime of Pinocchio, and I played the Disney version is Stromboli, but I played the puppeteer who was called Gluteus Max because his rear end was quite well endowed. And I think I have a photo of it for you. So yes, that was my first show. Did a pantomime of that, and from there did little show to little show to little show to little show, and then worked my way up to a couple of leading roles, and then studied theatre, and boom, 4 or 5 years later, here I am. If you could play any other role, what would it be? Any other role in the show? Hands down, Elder Cunningham. Amazing role. You're on stage pretty much the whole night. Yeah, he has all the fun in the show, right? So yeah, definitely Elder Cunningham. How does the Book of Mormon fit into pockets? Is it an actual copy of the book, or is it just a prop? No, they're actual copies of the Book of Mormon. Yeah, we have every night when we're on stage, if you see a Book of Mormon, it is the Book of Mormon. We have big pockets, and the books aren't that big. They're not quite as thick as a Bible. So yeah, it fits in your pocket. But yeah, they are the real copies of the Book of Mormon. They're not props. And I think this is the last question. Yes, it is. Any advice on dealing with nerves before auditions? Or does it just get better with time and practice? Yes and yes. I find before auditions, I only get nervous if I'm not prepared well. If I don't know the script off by heart, if I don't know my song. There's some stuff you can't prepare for. You just got to roll with that. But if you do have stuff to prepare before your audition, I find the least amount of nerves come when I'm very well prepared and ready to go into the room. And does it get better with time and practice? Yes, it absolutely does. The more you do it, the more comfortable you feel, and the better your results are going to be. My only one bit of advice is when you're in the audition room, it's your audition, and the audition panel wants you to be good. Take that and run with it. They're not sitting there to judge you. They're not sitting there to put you down or say that you're not right for a role. They want you to be the best that you possibly can be. So take that under your wing and give it your best shot. And if it pays off, great. And if it doesn't, look forward to the next audition. So thanks so much for sending in all those questions, guys. They were really fun to answer, and I'll see you again here soon on Stage Door Stories. Bye for now.